Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing animation episode 5 on the series. So the very first thing you want to do before you do anything is go up to the top left corner, click Files, Save as a Copy. You'll be left with animation episode 4 copy. Rename it animation episode 5. So now we can get started. So we're starting off of where we left off last time, which is these scripts. And if you do want to see how it works, all together, this is basically what it does so far. So it's basically a little cat walking down the street, trying to get his way home. It is really dark so far, and we do have a timer variable and stuff like that to check when it's nighttime. And as soon as the timer turns to 6, everything will stop, and so will the cat. We've gotten the background scrolling with our backdrop 1 and backdrop 2 sprite, and we got the nighttime sprite that just popped up a second ago. So this was originally a message that was supposed to be said when we had the original city bus sprite, but we had the cat A sprite because it looked a bit better for our for our costume changing. So what we're going to be doing in this video is just some code adjustments to make everything a bit more reliable, I guess, and and stuff that makes a bit more sense. So the first thing I'm going to change is the say. We have arrived, have a great night doesn't seem too good, so you are allowed to change it up. I'm going to just type in something I've had in mind. It looks like it is getting late. I should get home. I should get home now. And just to kind of make it look a bit realistic, obviously this is just to make it so it doesn't look like the cat is just standing there forever. We're gonna pretend that this building is his apartment, I guess. So he would basically walk in, repeat 10, change ghost effect by 10. So now if we do this, it looks like he just went inside of his house or something like that. You could add sound effects like as if he's actually walking in and stuff like that, but for now this is what we're going to keep it. Now over here, I am aware there is a sort of bug that could happen because this is only detecting if the costume number equals 2, not if it's greater than. Because even if we have this script, this little piece of code, if we want to, once we put this extra piece of code in, we're not going to need this one block. But the reason we're doing this is because of like bugs. So what you want to do is duplicate it. No, I mean, what you want to do is actually make sure it's a greater than block. If costume number is greater than 2, you want to go to operators, grab an OR block, and put the original costume number equals 2 in the first OR, and if costume number is less than 2 in the second slot of the OR, and put it back where it originally was. So this would be a little more reliable. Now, if needed, we could throw this block right now, but we're gonna keep that just in case, because Scratch isn't all too reliable with small adjustments, so we might as well do as much as we can. Now we're going to go to the backdrop 1 sprite. So when I receive nighttime, doesn't have anything to do, there's nothing we need to do. When I receive stop all, doesn't need anything to happen. Here is where we need to change something. In this if x position equals -465. Now, if I'm being honest, we don't completely have to change this up. This is mainly only for bugs. So get a less than operator, put the x position block in, so change it up to, so basically it would say if like x position less than -464, which would mean it's 465 or lower. So now we just get an OR block and do the exact same thing we did with the main character sprite. And we just put in the code in the OR and put it back where it belongs. So again, this is only for just in case the backdrop doesn't completely go, and if somehow it gets stuck, because there are other situations where it could be 466 somehow. So yeah, you would want to add this if it's less than -464. And now what you want to do is just drag it straight into the backdrop 2 sprite. It'll basically duplicate itself in the backdrop 2 and go to the backdrop scrolling script where if x position equals -465, throw that out and replace it with the new script we have. If x position equals -465 or x position is less than 464. And there's nothing else we can change here because it's the exact same as the backdrop 1. Now, in nighttime, this is something like these forever and if blocks. Remember these? We don't actually need these. Something I realized is, well, we don't actually need these blocks. Feel free to keep the if else. Feel free to keep the if else. Just make sure to update these numbers whenever you change the nighttime. But we're not going to use a when green flag clicked. We're going to use a when I receive nighttime. So basically, you won't even need this if else because it will only broadcast nighttime if the timer equals 3. So just to test that, I'll go to variables. I'll show the timer 1 variable. I'll grab a change timer 1 variable by 1 and I'll start the project. If I click this, as soon as it happens again, there, the same thing happens. There. So another thing you might want to do is maybe change from 1 second to 0.5. As you saw, that was kind of a long delay. And yeah, the cat goes like that. So if we test it now, nighttime, wait 0.5 seconds. Yeah, so it seems a bit, so with this, it seems a bit more of a significant time. So you might want to change it up to something like 0.1. Yeah, because it waits a ton of time up here and then it does that. So yeah, you might want to mess with that timer as well. And now with the backdrop. The only thing I want to modify here is the fact that this is kind of boring to watch almost, because there's like nothing to do here. You're watching it. So maybe something to listen. So feel free to upload a sound if you know how to do that. Maybe go to your backpack and drag a music or song you already have. Or if you want, you can just choose a sound here. You can go to loops and stuff like that. But I already have an idea of the sound I'm gonna be putting in. We're gonna have the chill. We're gonna have the chill sound effect in the background. And just for maybe an upcoming video, we could also get the here. Yeah, we want to get the cricket. Yeah, it gives the feeling that it's actually nighttime. So now what you want to do is just grab a new when green flag clicked. So when green flag is clicked, simple as anything in the world, grab a forever block and play sound chill until done. And some way to make a sort of muting script that's also really simple. I learned this somewhere on the forums. Get a when space key pressed, change it to whatever key you wish. I'm going to change it into M key because that seems the most natural for muting. And the only thing you want to put under here is grab a set pitch effect block. No, actually not a set pitch, set volume. Go to operators, grab a subtraction operator and put it in the set volume too. So basically what you want it to do is set volume to 100 minus volume. Now I don't completely remember if I've explained this before, but just a recap, basically what it does is it sets the volume to 100 minus the current volume. So right now the volume would be 100. So when the M key is pressed, it'll set volume to 100 minus 100, which will equal 0. So everything would mute. So when someone presses the M key again, it'll set volume to 100 minus volume. The volume is 0 now. So it will be setting volume to 100 minus 0. So it would be 100. So basically you could keep on doing this and the volume would change. If we start it, you can press the M key, it mutes, and yeah. And also do feel free to lower how loud this is, because trust me, it is kind of loud. So keep that in mind. But honestly, that might be all for the video. This was only just a little modification video, making the scripts just a bit more reliable and usable in the future. But other than that, that's all for the video. See ya.